Yeah. So how I got into data science. So I'm from a computer science background. I studied computer science at the university. And
Asa is very low. Asa, your voice is very low.
hello,
Yes.
hello, is it better?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay. I think there's a little background. Okay. Am I clear now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So as I said, I'm from a computer science background, and during my computer science study days, I never knew of data science. I never heard of machine learning. I heard of AI because there was this there was this boring course called AI when I was in school, right? So basically, we all just studied to pass that paper, but it wasn't really fun. It wasn't exciting to me and to most of my classmates. So it was after my bachelor's that I got to hear of machine learning, then later I heard of data science. So how I got into it was quite interesting. I was supposed to um, study it and then come up with like a group of people. And it seemed interesting, like being to um, get data, build some models, and then um, do some prediction. It looked really awesome, and I thought it was cool. So I took on that challenge, and I think it took about 6 months. All this took about 6 months, and
Okay,
later on I realized that
So Asada, your background was from data science, right?
no, computer science.
Computer science, sorry, computer science. Gabriel, are you on the call? Gabriel? Hey,
I think he's
Gabriel?
muted.
Gabriel, are you on the call?
Yeah,
Yes.
Gabriel is here, sir.
Yeah, Gabriel, tell us about your background. Were you also from computer science background?
Oh, mine is a little different, totally different from I said that's one. Mine is totally business, finance, nothing
Okay.
computer. I have never done
Nothing
one before.
computer.
Nothing. Nobody has taught me anything before.
Okay. So nothing computer, but you are now into data, right? I
You
just want to,
see.
because people have that perception that you must have a computer science background before you can do data analytics. And I think that's one myth that we want to debunk it, that you don't have to have a computer background. You don't have to know how to code before you can go into data analytics. And I think that's what I want us to clear.
Sure. That I agree with you. You don't. If you have it, fine. There is nothing wrong with it. But if you don't have it, even if you are from political science,
Okay,
geology,
even sociology, right?
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter at all. And I am a typical example of one.
Okay.
Nothing computing.
Okay. Nothing computer. So at what point did you fall in love with data analytics? Yes.
Okay, so coming from computer science background, when you hear of AI machine learning, you're excited because like you feel like you're going to be programming robots, you're going to be doing intelligent things and all that. So I realized that okay, you could build a model to predict something, but then if you don't really understand what's happening in your data, right? The data is like the fuel to build that model. If you don't really understand what's going on in there, the patterns you can learn from there. If you can't even explain why your model is doing certain things, then it's not useful most of the time. Because as we all know these days, we haven't seen models predicting things wrongly, right? And it's all based on the data you feed into it. And I felt like okay, I needed to
Very
get
true.
more understanding of what data is, how to understand it, analyze it, understand like the patterns, the story the data is telling, right? Even that alone is very valuable before you move on to the um predictions and the crazy stuff. So
Okay.
the simple things are very important, like the analytics, the graphs, the even the summary, the reports you can get from the data. Yeah, so that's when I I went deeper into data science to get that foundation. Yeah.
Okay. So now, Gabriel, come in. I just want to understand at what point did you also fall in love with data? I mean, data analytics. At what point?
Let me say, just like, our parts of the world, when you're growing, they ask you, what do you want to be in the future? And that time I said, I want to be a teacher. Can you imagine? So secondary school time, I did business. In university too, it was solely business and with education. So my background has been education, teaching, accounting, and teaching those things. Then I realized at the point I told myself, I want to be a teacher for the future. That is where my insights, everything started. I realized our world is changing. So if I want to be realized 10 years ahead of me, then I should begin to learn something that might be relevant in 10 years' time. Then I begin to look around. I was just very curious. I must say it's one of the main qualities of every data person. Either you're a data scientist, a data analyst, a data engineer, you want to be a BI analyst, and all that. You have to be very, very curious. A little bit inquisitive, but not gossiping, but just inquisitive.
So it said, so your interest from you is so much curious, you want to know the future, you want to predict, and that's how your interest, started from. Asada, what are you doing now? Tell us what you do now. Tell us, Asada.
Okay, so now I work as a data scientist with two analytics, and we are focused on retail marketing and customer analytics. So our customers are usually like retailers, maybe they need help with assortment optimization, like which of their products or which brands are selling better than which brands, even how to arrange your shop. Right, you don't just arrange things anyhow. You have to place things in strategic places to increase your sales. And things like maybe you want to do some loyalty programs for your customers so they keep coming back to buy. It's not every discount that you should give. It's not every promotion that you should do. Right, so we do all those analytics, and maybe your customers, you want to know what items to suggest to them to buy. Right, which items would certain people have a higher probability of buying than others, all in the bid to kind of increase your sales and then also increase their trips to your shop and all that. So we help businesses make strategic decisions, mainly retailers, but then anyone at all who has customers can also use our
Okay,
service.
so that's what you do basically. But this, what I do is data. It's data analytics. It has nothing to do with any computer science or coding or anything.
Okay, I
It's all
do
about
code. I do code.
Coding.
So I think you need to kind of love math, because like you may not come from a computer science background,
Oh,
but
don't scare us. Don't scare us. We don't know math. Don't scare us. Don't scare
no,
us.
I'm not saying you need math to enter, but then you need to love, sometimes something may be difficult. You may see it as difficult, but you should have that edge or that desire to know more, right? Or to understand why certain things work, right? So for the math, it's not all that hard. We all passed class 1
Very good.
exam, we all passed class 6 exam,
Very
right? So
good.
some of those
Very
basic
good.
things like JHS math, like remember stem and leaf plots, like you'll be shocked that some of those concepts are borrowed. So it's not really any scary math.
Okay, so as that now that Gabriel is I want you to share your slide. Now you can share your slide. So Gabriel, tell us,
Okay.
what should we expect in such a class? What should we expect? What are the expectations? From your facility point of view, what should we expect?
Let me make it even simple and straightforward. Some jobs are going to die a natural death in some few years to come, no matter what. It's so if you have any job that you're doing, any skill you have now, ask yourself, 10 years to come, will it be relevant? Just ask yourself that question. If your answer seems like either a no or maybe, then please, you need to ask smart. This is the time to understand data. The word is data is the next currency. Data is the next oil. Get to understand what data is. And there are so many opportunities that data is coming up, bringing up. Social media manager wasn't a position that was there 15 years ago.
Of course.
Now it is.
Yeah.
Digital marketing specialist wasn't there.
Yeah.
The data analyst wasn't there.
Yeah.
But now they are. So some roles, I don't want to go. Even I focus on certain special areas because the data is very big. I focus mainly on HR data analytics. I do agric data analytics. I do pharma data analytics and some of the finance stuff. And it's very big and broad. If you don't stay relevant, some small national service guy will do everything that you. Let me share a simple example with you. If you want people who are very knowledgeable, many years ago in our school, it was people who are in the libraries, historians. Because they've been there many years ago, they are able to study the past and tell us everything that happened in the past. Unfortunately for us now, computers are recording everything that you've done in the past something years. So if I want to know the history about me, myself, all I need to do is to go onto my own data and ask. Better still, go and ask Google. Google, what is this? All that Google has is data. Oh, is data. So because computers are now recording everything around us, everything, even your phone is recording everything around you. You buy your phone for the first time, when you're beginning to type on WhatsApp, it is trying to predict what you are trying to say. After like 5 days of using your phone, in the morning, when you type good, the phone itself predicts the morning. How did the phone get to know that? Just ask yourself. There is something called data analytics and some algorithms behind. We just want to open your eyes to what is about to happen. It's big. Like it's like the key to your next door in our future employment. I am independent. I work in the industry. I have other field I work with in a certain bank, but I still find myself using my evenings and weekends to do data stuff. Get ready.
Thank you, Gabriel. You set the ball rolling. So as now that Gabriel has, whet our appetite, got us excited about data, tell us the opportunities. We want to know opportunities in there.
Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen, yes.
Okay. So let's start off with this discovery from Harvard Business Review, right? I think this was in 2018 when they said data science is the sexiest job of the 21st century.
Very sexy.
And what they actually meant was that like the most attractive job now, right? So not just data science, all the data, all the data roles, right? All the data field roles are becoming very attractive, and this is because some of these models and some of these concepts, they are from the past. They are from like the 50s, the 60s and all that, but now they're becoming more prevalent or more exciting because the amount of data needed to do some of these awesome things has dramatically increased, right? As Gabriel was saying. And then also computing power to do all these analytics and all that have also increased. Like almost every year we are getting more powerful computers, more powerful phones and all of that. Right. So that's how come these data jobs have become very popular these days. And so now looking at Ghana, so this is like globally. Looking at Ghana, these data jobs, in my view, they are still fairly new. Okay, they are now creeping up. And in the past, or not even really in the past, like a few months ago, I knew that EcoBank was recruiting a data analyst. I knew that MTN was also looking for someone into data science, and this company, they also make the drones, the health drones. Emmanuel, do you remember their name?
The name just escaped. Now I remember later. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that company was also actually looking for like someone to be part of their data team and all that, right? So for the Ghanaian market itself, it's still fairly new, and I think that it's going to catch up with us soon, like in the next 5-10 years and all that. If you should gain these skills now, top companies are going to be looking for you. Like you're going to be hot cake. Okay. So also guys, you could come in at any time if you want to contribute something, right?
Okay.
Sure,
I said I
sure,
think
sure.
John has a question or something. If John can come in.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah,
Johnson.
You can, your hand was up. Yes,
Yes, I think I just wanted to alert Asida. Her mic is a bit low, so
low,
everybody
okay,
seems
Okay.
complaining when she's talking. Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Asada, can you
sorry.
increase your mic, the volume, okay?
Hello. So sorry about that. Is it better now?
I think you know you speak,
For me, I don't know about the rest. Those who are talking, so.
I think you know you speak with softly, natural
Oh,
voice.
I speak
is it better now?
It's better now, Asada.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
please.
okay
It's
now.
better now.
Thank you so much.
Okay, okay, thank you too.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so this is a graph from Google Trends, just showing a few of the data rules and how they've emerged, right? You can see that from before 2010, they were like almost non-existent, and then from 2010, boom, the next decade, and it's going up and up and up, and will keep going up. So here we see data scientists, data engineering, and then data analytics, right? Being compared. So the
Yeah, Asada, hold on.
vertical axis. Mm-hmm.
Asada, hold on. What's the difference between data scientists, data engineering, and data analytics? Gabriel, you answer this question, so please, Asada, what's the difference?
Okay, so we'll be going into the details very soon, right?
Okay,
There are more
okay,
rules. So when we get there, then we
okay,
see. So here on the vertical axis, that's like the number of um jobs, right? The number of job postings all over the internet from Google Trends on these jobs. So first of all, so we are going to go through the data rows. Okay, I think I have about 9 or 10 of them here, and we come to understand what the difference is, right? So for
okay,
now, let's start from the top. An infrastructure architect. So these are people who oversee that business systems are working optimally, right? And then the support technologies that developers need, they have them on the right places. And now that cloud computing is like on the rise, it's everywhere. We would more or less call them like cloud infrastructure architect. That's if they are doing
Yeah.
stuff in the cloud, right? And this has become a very hot area
Hot
because
cake. Very,
yeah.
very,
Gabriel, do you
very,
have
very,
something to say about this rule?
very, very. Yes, because cloud computing. Let me say I'm the class one teacher, so if I take it from the basic, please get me. When you say cloud computing, many years ago, anything that we collect, any data collected, is stored in a certain database, sitting as a hardware somewhere in the office or
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. But now, with the future, now we are trying to save everything somewhere in the cloud. Somewhere. It means it is not just on the land. I saw a technology where they are even keeping it under the sea, or we just call it in the cloud. It's fine. So because it is not at your premise and it's stored somewhere in your cloud, when there is fire at your building, your data is still safe. And this is the future when it comes to storage systems. Every organization now is trying to go to the cloud. And people with the skill about the cloud are these guys. They are very, very hot cake now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for us, our schooling system is globally, doesn't really teach it.
Mm-hmm.
The school system, that the traditional school system doesn't teach it now. Some few international schools are trying to have short courses on it now. So it's a big opportunity for us if anybody wants to go into that space.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. And so I'm kind of taking it from the very beginning, right? Even before we get into the data itself.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
from the beginning, we need certain infrastructure to be able to even collect the data, make sure that we can actually have it. So right from the systems part, how to structure systems to be able to collect the data. So there's an opportunity there, right? Even before the data comes in. And here, the average salary we see here, this is from Glassdoor. So which means globally, right? It's like the
yeah.
average salary, of course, for a year. So you can do the math. And I think
Okay.
that for now, since data science is fairly new to the Ghanaian market, Like I like to think globally. Like I don't like restricting myself
Yeah,
that I must get a job in Ghana, right? You
yeah,
could even be in Ghana and get a remote job. Like there's so many remote jobs now. Or maybe you could go out there and then do awesome things with your skills that you have now. Maybe in the next 5 to 10 years, when it becomes more of a demand in Ghana, then you'll be the boss by then.
yes. I said if I can come in on that one,
Okay.
even with this, the thinking globally. I know a couple of people who are in Ghana now who are in Austria just because of data.
Mm-hmm.
They are here in Ghana and they've been taken out. And I know a couple of people who are in Ghana who are working for international, multinational
Of
companies,
course,
Yeah.
but they are still
of
here.
course,
All they
of
have is
course,
laptop and internet, and they
of
are sitting
course,
behind data and doing the magic.
of
All you
course.
need is the skill to be there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's go. The time. So I said, let's
Okay,
move
Okay.
on.
so
Yeah.
the next is the statistician. So you may think that okay, we already know these people here. They deal with data, so um they like to collect data, analyze, interpret, and all that, right? And then also most of the time they design data collection processes and all that. So you may want to do a certain experiment or a certain investigation, but how you design your data collection process, like, it's a whole skill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so these people are kind of like experts in that, and you could actually get a decent job doing that. Okay, so as you can see, the average salary is also there, about $76,000. Then we move on to the data architect. So their typical role is to create new database systems, improve performance and functionality of existing systems, right? And so these are the people that kind of make sure that database administrators, analysts, everybody have the data they are looking for, right? So that's the average salary there. It's, as you can see, it's higher than the regular statistician. Okay. So if anyone has anything to say, you can just chip it in, Gabriel and the rest.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. So the data engineer, um, they are more of performing batch processes, like the whole, so like data pipelines. As you can see, I'm taking you from the beginning. Okay, so they make sure that um data from the source to the very end, where the analysts and the engineers, machine learning engineers, do their analytics and everything, they make sure that there's a robust pipeline, like data is accessible to everyone who
Very
needs
good.
it,
Yeah, I
right?
think I'll say something on this
Yeah.
one. Just like our normal mechanical engineers, what do? They put in some metals, lay cables, and all that, so that when maybe some electricity is flowing, it can really flow well. So these people are not mechanical, but they are data. So they also put in the certain kind of structures and make sure they are well connected so that the data can flow. And they're important people to hear.
Yeah. Then we move on to the analyst.
My
So
favorite. Mm.
yes, so they're into transforming, manipulating data sets, large, small, medium size, right? To suit the company's expectations or desires. And mostly they prepare reports for the leaders and all that. So Gabriel, since it's your favorite, please continue on that.
They say I'm the data analytics consultant. Basically for data science, I'll still take it from my part of the world, how it looks like. Let me use the hospital. The lab technician and the doctor. The lab technician is also in the hospital. He will see the blood, he will test the blood, check whether it's okay, and finally give the report to the doctor, who might look at it and do something else. So the analyst he's not a doctor. He's just a lab technician somewhere in that corner, seeing the blood and just, the things they do. That is what the analyst does. Just take it like that. It's a very exciting thing. Every day you're going to see new data to play with. But the doctor does more. than what the analyst. That I mean, the data scientist will do more than what the
We do more
analyst
than,
does.
of course.
But the analyst is my favorite. It's so exciting.
And I think this workshop is basically to train them to become data analytics, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So sorry,
sorry. What I'm trying to say is a journey to a particular place. Even if you want to go and end at the data scientist, where
you need to start from
that
somewhere.
is,
Yeah.
you need to start from somewhere, and you can be an analyst and just move into the scientist area. You can still end at analyst, and there too, they have diverse opportunities. I will go there if anybody asks me any question. Even there, there are quite a lot that we do. Okay. Sure.
So Asada, yes, go. Let's finish it.
Okay. So we come to the business intelligence developer. So these are the guys who kind of take what the analysts have done and then they come up with strategies, right? So it's one thing to know what the data is saying, and it's another thing to kind of come up with strategies to meet your business goals. So that's why they're called business intelligence people.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
so finish.
Yeah,
If
that's
I
what we
take the
talk
first
about.
part, that we call it the business intelligence. Many times people see BI, it means business intelligence. And we see AI, it means artificial intelligence. So you are being intelligent around business, but you are using data to be intelligent. That is how it is. So sometimes you get the analyst and the business intelligence people being, it could be one person as being BI and data analyst. The course will also prepare you for stuff like this. We call it, after the analyst will analyze the data, find patterns and trends, then look for insights so that business people can take informed decisions, so that their decisions are data-driven kind of, because of our time. I don't want to start the whole program now. Let me pause.
Don't start the program. This is just to whet the appetite, just to understand the course we're about to do. This for the audience to be able to ask their questions, to get feedback. And I'm sure many people even applied, but they're not sure whether they want to do this. So this call was just to throw more light into what we want to do and the kind of skill that we want to make sure everyone at the end of the program will possess, and what opportunities in there, because we don't want to just finish the course and just go and sit at home. So we want to finish the course and at least either enhance our work at our workplace, or either use the skill that we've gotten to be able to secure a job, or either to do a business in there. That's why we're having this conversation. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Right.
You can move on next, sir.
Okay. So we move on to the
Almighty.
Yeah.
Is that the Almighty?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, move on to the data scientist, which I am. So let me kind of take my time here. Okay, so basically the data scientist, like, it's like the unicorn. We try to do everything, right? So from getting the data, cleaning it, organizing it, analyzing it. Like we even try to do what the BI people do, kind of give you
true.
strategies you can implement and all that. And compared to the data analysts, we are more technical, right? So we usually love to code. We love to, like, we don't really like using too many should I say tools. Like, we like to hard code our things most of the time and all that. But it's not scary. It's not scary.
I think
Yeah.
okay, carry on.
Yeah, and as you can see the average salary there, right? It's also pretty cool.
The scientist, so the data scientist becomes like the end of everything. And the difference between, let's say, the BI analyst and the data scientist, or the data science analyst and the scientist, is that data starts from somewhere. We collect the data, we analyze the data. So when I'm collecting data, it means I'm collecting historical information. I will go into a process where I have to clean it. After cleaning and analyze it, the scientist can look at, after I've cleaned it, I can also visualize this in a particular format. The scientist can also go deeper into that same data and be able to predict the future. So when I take any business data, what I ask myself is, what happened? It's a type of analysis we do. Then I go into, why did this happen? Then I do that analysis. When I am done, my job ends. Then the scientists will come in and go like, what can happen in the future? If you go into the HR space, because something predictive, you can predict who is likely to resign. So that is the analyst can come into the HR space and predict which employee is likely to resign. It doesn't end there for the scientists. They can still go deeper and go like, how can we change that person's mind? These are things that these analysts will use some tools, some skills together. But we, the analysts, we end at the point with historical data, and the scientists can go into predicting the future.
So it means you need one skill before you can get to another skill, right?
You start from somewhere, yeah.
You start from somewhere. Asra, was that your case?
Yeah. So for me, as I said, I was first introduced to machine learning, right? Like,
Wow.
boom, I didn't even know what I'd gotten into. I was interested in AI. So, and I said that, okay, machine learning is like state of the art AI now. Then I realized that, oh my God, like I'm lacking somewhere in data, like analyzing data, understanding where it's coming from, the patterns. And then I went back and then now I'm a data scientist. And I still do machine learning. I still build machine learning models, right? So yeah, the foundation is very important, which is the data. Even if you are going to be doing predictions in the future, you still need an understanding of the past, right?
Very good.
Yeah.
Very true.
That's good.
Okay.
Any question from anywhere?
Okay,
I'm ready.
yeah, so I mean, we are coming home. I mean, we are now coming home now. We've gone around, we are coming home. So at this moment, I mean, the question has been on our program. So I just want to give a background on the program. And Philip, are you on the call? Philip will come in with the application processes. I mean, where we've gotten so far. So I mean, so Gabby, myself, Daniel, this has been one of our biggest concern about getting more women into data science, data analytics. I mean, something that we've been talking about in the office. So we decided to run this workshop basically for women. I mean, of course, we're not gender biased. Some men can attend the program, but some men can apply and come. Our focus was on how to get more women into the field, and that's where our focus has been. And of course, powered by Gabriel. So the idea is to get more women into a program. And initially, we thought people would not show interest because this people are talking about what we had concern. People say, okay, you need to know how to code, you need to be a computer science student. So we thought people will not show interest in the program. So when we're starting the program, we're trying to design a program. We're not sure if people will show interest. So we just let's see if the interest. I mean, after a week of promoting it, we realized that people have shown interest in the process. But what we want to do is that we want to do a 4 weeks of off-site where you come over to the space with your laptop. So you must have access to a laptop where you connected to the internet, and you come and get connected to the internet. So for 4 weeks, that's 4 Saturdays. We're going to be, just a 4-hour session every Saturday, where you come over for us to do the training. And after the 4 weeks of that section, we want to move on to an online, that's like the Zoom call. At that point, you've gotten the basics, you know what you are doing, so you just need a little supervision to do whatever you are doing at home. So the 4 weeks will be more of you're going to spend 4 weeks in-house, learning a lot of tools, a lot of techniques, and a lot of skills. Then we move on to the online, where you show, at that moment, you need little supervision. So now, Philip, are you on the call?
Yeah, I'm
Philip,
here.
are you there? Yes, Philip. So Philip, take us through the application process. We are very limited resources, and what are we doing about the application process? Tell me.
Yes. All right, so I'm sure, I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, Philip.
Yeah, we can hear you, Sam.
All right, so a lot has been said about the data analytics program, and I'm sure we are all excited for it. So the program is pretty much simple. We are doing it to help the women, and then it would empower people to get more jobs. So about the application process. So basically, some have applied, but then for those who are yet to apply, all you need to do is to visit our website. That is africaskillshub.org, and then go to our program session, then you see it. You see women in data analytics. You just click to apply, and then the link will take you to a Google form where you fill it. So now this is where I want you to pay particular attention. So as you are filling the form, there's a last question I would like you to take particular notice of. It's asking what you think is the difficulty when it comes to the youth and unemployment in Africa. So I would like all candidates who are yet to apply to actually take their time and provide a very good answer to that particular question. So that's done, then yeah, that's basically it. You've applied. But because of the numbers, we may have to break it down to cohorts.
Okay.
So for each cohort, the maximum number you can take as of now is 60. So as Leslie mentioned earlier, the cohort will be starting, that is somewhere in August. We are hoping that by 8th August, that's a Saturday, the second Saturday in August, we may be able to start. So that's 4 Saturdays in August. So starting from the 8th, and then on the morning and then the afternoon session. Each session will take, so if the maximum number of people are taking for each cohort is 60, each of the sessions will take 30 people. So the first session, starts from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then the second one kicks off from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. So after you've applied, a mail will be sent to everyone else, and then you'll be asked to actually register and choose which session you want. So in that second application, that's when you can choose maybe whether you want the morning sessions for yourself or whether you want the afternoon sessions. I think that's it. And then I think the fact that you all need a laptop cannot be stressed enough, because you cannot go through this course without having a laptop. So I think that fact needs to be really emphasized. I think, Leslie, have I left anything else out?
Philip, I think we've done, I mean, that's all what we want to hear. I mean, so now we're going to open the floor. I mean, we just have 20 minutes to go. So we're going to open the floor. If you have any question at this moment, please, I mean, I'm going to unmute everyone, but if you think you don't have any question, just keep on muting yourself. But if you have any question, please just go ahead and ask your question. But if you don't have any question, just keep on muting yourself at this moment. Whilst, I mean, we are taking audience feedback, is there anything that you want to say? I mean, good luck message you want to give to the participant as they're about to start their journey in data science?
Okay, so I like to say all the best to them. If it's something they've decided to fall into it and just go for it. It's not everyone who gets this opportunity to learn this for free and to have mentors, to have the program on site, right? Most of us had to learn it on our own, Coursera or something. Wandered in the wilderness and finally we got found. So if you have this opportunity to have people teaching you, supporting you, giving all these things for free, please put your all into it and just go for it and be the best at it. Yeah.
That's great.
Before we go into the question, I think someone asked the question that is data analytics a field of study or profession?
What's microphone? Okay, good.
So someone asked if data analytics is limited to any field of study or profession, and I think I have a slide for that person.
So please share. Let's share. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think it was AC who asked it. So this is my slide for you. So basically anywhere at all that data can be obtained, anywhere at all. Yeah, maybe in Ghana now, those people may not think they need you, but very soon they'll realize it. Or even after you gain these skills, if you're able to prove to some companies or some CEOs that, like, if you're able to prove your value to them, I think they're going to buy into it, because anywhere at all data can be collected, data analysts will. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, I think in addition to that, I have seen vacancies in 2 churches in the US that they needed a data analyst. 2 different churches. Wow. Yes.
And I've recruited, I've done a lot of recruitment, I mean, for the past 2 months in Ghana for a lot of companies on data analytics. So a lot of companies.
Very good. Very good. It's a must-get skill to prepare you for the day, future. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Because I've seen it in everywhere. Even in agric, we have data scientists who are operating in the agric space, who have nothing. They don't know anything agric, but they later find themselves there because they had a skill. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we can move on to the questions now.
Okay. Yeah, I think we are taking questions from someone asked a question. I think I have answered it on the Zoom. They were asking about when you should expect. He said, yes, so the August will be for the face-to-face class. Then September will be the online. So get ready for the face-to-face. He said, where will be the location? So the location, we are located at Mataye Konya. I mean, if you know Accra Academy, and yes, opposite Accra Academy, we'll share everything in an email to you. So don't worry about that. Then someone asked a question about, so what's the average monthly pay? I saw a slide on annual pay. Is there information on Ghana specific? Asra, is there information on Ghana specific?
Okay, so as I said, right, the data rules are still fairly new in Ghana. So number one, it will depend on your experience and then also the company you're working with. So you may be very experienced, but if you're working
Yeah.
for a startup,
So yeah.
right,
Okay.
you may want to
So
negotiate. And
yeah.
then
So that
if you're working
my
for
colleague that work with Andela, she's in Ghana here. She works with Andela remotely, and she's taking 15,000 Ghana cedis every month.
yeah.
She's taking
So
15,000 Ghana cedis every month.
that's where the thinking globally comes in, right? She may be in Ghana working for a company in Australia, and if you were there, it would have still been a big deal. But being in Ghana and living on dollars, like you can imagine, it's like a really big deal. So I
Yeah.
think you guys should put in your all, gain the skills, right? Right now, it's not just about certifications. You have to be able to do the work,
Of course,
right?
it's
Gain the
just a skill.
skills,
Yeah,
and then your skills will give you a good price,
yeah.
right?
That's it. That's it. I think on that salary thing, I'm in Ghana. I have done a work in Rwanda. I didn't go anywhere. The most important part is to yes, the most important part is to get a skill. That is all.
The skill.
If you get a skill, there's a way around where you have to tell people about the skill you have. If you put it out there, you can get a call from anywhere. Just like I have been here, I have not been in Rwanda before, but I did a job there, and I'm still here. So, and when you get a job like that, my brother, it is juicy.
Okay, so there's a question. I want you to take that question. How long does it take to become a proper data and a proper? How long does it take? How long?
Wow. How long does it take?
Wow.
So I think my perspective, I think number one, the individual matters, right? The kind of person you are. Maybe you're a very fast learner. You can learn like the basics in like a month or something.
Yeah.
Right. But then I think averagely, even after you learn the basics, you don't end there, right?
Yeah.
There's always there's always this kind
There's a
of goal.
room, of course.
Yes, that's kind of goal you want to reach. So I think basically you can look at the job you want to do and like the responsibilities that be required of you, and then
Of course.
you learn according to that, right? So you okay for the time. How long does it take? I think if you're okay, let me just
Okay, so
fair to everyone.
So, whilst you think about how long, let me answer the question. Other question. So, I think, do you necessarily need a prior learning qualification? No, please. You don't need to have any prior knowledge about computer science or anything. We're not looking for anyone who has done computer science. I mean, you don't just come as you are. If you have your first degree in accounting, marketing, management, anything, just come. Just have access to a laptop. And also, you don't need an internet. You have an internet in the office, so you use the internet. You don't need to come along with any internet data. Someone's asking for the link for registration. Please check on our site, www.africanskillshub.org, and you find a link over there. Yeah. So, Asra, please tell us how long.
Okay, I think. Have you guys heard of is it 10,000 hour rule? I think
Which
it's
one?
called the 10,000 hour rule. Like, if you want to become
Yes.
an expert or something,
Yes,
you learn
yes,
10,000 hours.
yes.
So, yeah, I think 10,000 hours. That's like
10,000 hours.
that's like on the extreme end, right? But then the main
Yeah.
point is that if you are committed enough, right? If you are putting in more hours, even in like 6 months, you could be that
You
good.
can.
Like, so it's about
Okay.
the hours you are putting into it,
Yes, yeah.
right?
I think it's more of the
Um,
what you will learn when you go home. Your hours is to teach you the basics, hours to give you the skills, and it's for you to go home and put into practice, right?
Very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if
Exactly.
I want to come in, on that one, it has to do also much to do with what you really want to do. There are so many aspects of it when you start. When you get the
Very
basics,
true.
you can divert to anywhere. So there's a certain. It depends on where you want to go. It can take you 3 months. Another aspect will take you 6 months. Another aspect might take you even 4 years. But no matter the number of hours or days it takes you to get this, the simple rule is learn. This world is changing, so learn. Like we are always learning
Learn new
every
skill.
time.
Learn new skill. Yeah.
I'm always learning like something new. Somebody asked me a
So
similar question. Let me check.
we have
Somebody
10
asked
minutes
me.
to go.
Okay,
So
somebody asked
we have 10
me.
minutes to go.
All right. Somebody asked me, Gabriel, so how can I know everything? You know, I was like, hey, how? It took me like so many years. Just know which part that you can apply that will be relevant now and stick to it. You'll be fine.
Okay. So someone asked us, the person wants to know, do we need a Python or any programming language to be successful?
Oh.
Asada?
Can I take it from Asada?
Yeah, I think Gabriel should take it from me.
I will still stick to the data scientist and the data analyst in answering this. The data analyst is like 70% business and 30% technical. And the scientist is like 70% very technical and 30% business. I do the Python, I do coding. But the truth is, in real practice, I have never coded and used it for anything.
You don't need it.
But I do the coding. But maybe for the scientist, it might be the reverse. You need a coding first.
Yeah.
So I do the coding, yes. But me getting the small things I get, I have never used the coding. I use the other business and BI
just use
tools.
the other tools. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay. So there's a question before you go. I said I know you are the scientist, so you have to know how to code a bit, right?
Yeah.
But our class will not be coding. It will not be coding. We just introduce you to
the
it.
class is not for coding, of course.
Coding. No.
I'm not going to code in the class. Just you don't want to scare anyone away. So please don't be scared and don't run away. We are not going to do any coding, so don't run away. There's a question there. Can we do further studies after taking this training, or this training is what will give us all the skills we need? Hey, give you all the skills, so.
For free? No, it doesn't happen.
We can't give you all the skills, just to give you the basic tools that you need to start your journey. I mean, 4 weeks, you can't do everything in 4 weeks, but I want to give you the basic tools to start your journey. And please, you have to learn on your own when you go home. That's one
I think, Leslie, if I can come in on this one, even during the class, we introduce you to other trainings that we can have along the line. At the same place, so you get to know, so this training too is also there. We introduce you to it so that you can sign on to any of that, and at the African Skill Hub we can sort you out. Yeah,
sure. Do you provide certificate for the training? Yes,
sure.
Yes, of course. We'll give certificate to everyone. We'll give certificate to everyone. Yes, that question has been sorted out. After the 4 weeks, what certification are we going to earn? And do we need to write an exam to get a particular certification?
Yes, please.
Readily employable. Yes. Yes, I mean, so answer them. Yeah.
The focus is not really the certificate.
Exactly.
It's the skill that you need. But even if you want to get a certificate, at a token, you'll be given a certificate. It's not really much, something very small, just for the token, just for the aspect to do that they are needful. So the certificate is not a problem. Very good. Yeah. There will be some exams for you so that you get your certification.
I mean, our focus for this program is to teach the skills.
Introduce you to the skill.
Introduce the skill. That's what we want to focus. We are not a certified institution to give certification of examination, right? No, I want to give you the basic skill
to open the doors.
I mean, to open the doors. I mean, I'm a recruiter myself. I've never employed anyone and I've asked them to give me their university certificate before. Never. What I just need is get to the job, do the interview, you're able to surprise me. That's it. I get to the job.
Can I chip in something funny? Can I chip in something funny?
Yes.
I saw something on social media. I don't know whether it's true. And it was an advert from Google. I don't know whether it's true. And they've written there, do not apply. We already know you.
Yeah.
Wow. So they will search for you.
They have your data. They know you will not apply. They will look for you. That's their skill. So if you have the skill, Google will find you. That's how it is.
Yeah. He said, can a student also apply? Yes, the program is open to all. So far as you have access to a laptop, you can also apply.
Age, gender, doesn't matter.
Can you connect people to jobs within any field? Yes, I mean, the good thing is that we are recruiter ourselves. We help people to find jobs and we match people to jobs. So definitely, this is more like building a pipeline for ourselves so that when we get the opportunities, we just have to match you to those opportunities. So, I mean, there's a way out. A time limit to receive a response for those who have already applied. Yes, from Monday onwards, you start receiving your letters. So please keep your fingers crossed. I mean, Philip will work on it right from Monday. We want to have this call before we start, sending the emails. So guys, you have 5 minutes to leave. As that is that your final words, then Gabriel will take a final word. Then Perfect has also joined us. She also give a final words, then Philip, and then we close.
Okay, so my final word is, this is an awesome opportunity. Go for it. Go all out for it. Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Asada. We'll go for it. Definitely. Gabriel, your final words.
Okay, just like Asada said, it never comes free. And it's an international skill that you're going to get, or you can use it anywhere. Go for it. You can afford to miss it.
Exactly.
Perfect. Your final word. Oh, Philip, your final word, then Perfect will come in.
All right, so I think it's all been said. All I would say is that we'll be in touch with everyone applying, and then I would like to take particular note of the deadlines for either applying or confirming that you've actually accepted to attend. So let's take note of all these things. Check your mails frequently for any updates on the program. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you, Philip. Perfect. I think you had issues with your internet, so. Perfect. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. I think your internet. Perfect. We still can't hear you. So, guys, we still can't hear you. Perfect. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining this call. We thank you. We're looking for.
I'd like to tell people who are interested not to miss the opportunity. We're looking for.
Perfect. Your internet is so bad. So, guys, thank you so much for joining the call. Sorry, Gabriel. Is there a question?
Emmanuel, Asada. You just see someone with our surname. I just saw.
Yes,
I'm surprised. I saw another Ade. Why?
There's another Ade. I think this is Ade configuration. So, guys, thank you so much for joining the call. We look forward to see you in August. We're going to run Kumasi section in September. So, those of you who are friends in Kumasi, tell them to register for it. We're on a mission of, grooming 1,000 young women to go into data analytics field. So please join us and let's get to that mission that we want to achieve. Thank you so much for joining the call, and I'll try and share the video with everyone who registered for the call. Thank you so much, and we'll meet you. So please now just unmute yourself on your camera. Let's say bye-bye. Let's take selfie before we leave. Please just unmute yourself on your camera. Let's take selfie before we leave this call. We can't leave without a selfie. So just let's take a selfie.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye for now. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.